Hansu and Yunhui 2, Episode 2 of Our Blues starts with an introduction to Sunnae, a carefree soul who plays on the beach with her friend, Dong Seok. Unfortunately, he gets mixed signals and leans over to kiss her. Sunnae is not happy, and the mood is instantly killed. She asks him to drive her back to Seoul. On the way, Dong Seok tries to defend himself, pointing out they have feelings for each other. Sunnae scoffs, telling him she does not. This flashback paves way nicely for the present, where Dong Seok sells items out the back of his truck for the old ladies in town. When he finds out they've been buying from another truck, he's unhappy and eventually packs his things up and leaves. We then cut back to Yunhui, who's on the verge of a big reunion and humming happily. That is, until she receives a call from her son, who winds her up and asks for money to move into an apartment. The poor lady at the hairdresser's is forced to watch all of this unfold as Yunhui phones him back several times and leave a message, telling him to lower his expectations away from the expensive property he's suggesting. The night of the reunion finally gets underway, after a fair amount of drama involving several of the bank workers. Hansu arrives, after messaging his own sister, asking for 200 million won, and notices Yunhui singing karaoke. Naturally, he joins in too, and the pair end up signing a duet. When the party drunkenly spills outside, we learn that all of this was unfortunately put on Hansu's tab, who winds up lying drunk and vomiting constantly in the bathroom. Yunhui is there to help him out while Guan fights with Hosik in the street. As the drunks all head home, minus Yunhui who stayed sober, we cut across to Yeong-ilke who flirts a little with the boat captain, Jeong-jun. He admits it's up to him, if he likes her, but she scoffs at that, telling Jeong-jun he'll only get hurt. Interestingly, she receives a message from someone telling her they miss them like crazy. Back with Hansu, he receives a reply from his sister who scathingly calls out the cheek of him asking for money. Hansu sobers up enough, and decides to go with Yunhui to the auction house, unwilling to go home and wallow in his own self-pity. In doing so, he eventually finds himself by the beach, where he reflects back on old moments from his childhood, carefree and splashing around with his friends. Hansu needs to feel something, and as he begins despairing, he eventually calls out and asks Yunhui to go to Mokpo Jut like they did in the past. In the morning, when Hansu has shaken off the dizzying effects of alcohol, the pair discuss their changing fates in life. Hansu is separated from his partner since Boram went abroad, and as we know, things are tense between them. For Yunhui, she's worked hard and made sure her children can have what they need, even if it comes at the expense of a shout or two when they misbehave or cheekily ask for a lot of money. Hansu is clearly jealous of that, but when they talk, he suggests once more that they go to Mokpo, just like they did in the past. Yunhui is way too busy with her day-to-day grind, but still, that doesn't stop her from deliberating over the offer all day. Eventually she agrees, suggesting they go as friends. When Hansu returns to the bank, he learns that Yunhui has deposited 90 million won into his account. When Kim Myung-bo finds out, he immediately starts investigating this further, wondering if Hansu has money problems. This is left unresolved for the time being though, as Hansu and Yunhui go on their trip together, listening to music as the beautiful sun starts to set. Interestingly, Hansu looks on the verge of bursting into tears during this moment, as we fade to Our Blues slows down a little this time around as we dive into the ties Yunhui and Hansu have together. The pair have been on very different paths in life, and that much is clear to see with the way we're presented Yunhui and Hansu's journeys. Yunhui obviously still has issues, but she's done what she can for her kids, and has doubled down on working hard and enjoying life. For Hansu, he's put all of his eggs in one proverbial basket, deciding that he should live his dreams through Boram. In doing so, he's lost a lot of money, and he yearns for those carefree days of youth, where he's not burdened by this any longer. It's a nice juxtaposition of fates, and Our Blues does quite a good job of depicting that here. Interestingly, we also see some of the other character who I guess will become more important as the season progresses. Dong Seok and Sunnae are another couple of friends, who I'm sure will have an expansive storyline as the episodes progress.